For $1 million, you can now reserve a hotel room on the moon. Scientists discover that sniffing your own farts could protect your brain from Alzheimer's. And a woman is arrested with a bag of drugs labeled "definitely not a bag full of drugs." These are the weird stories on Weird AF News, your only daily weird news podcast source. I'm Jonesy. I record weird news from around the world inside my closet, and I'm ready. You can now pay $1 million to reserve a hotel stay on the moon. That's right. A brand new California startup company is giving would-be space explorers the chance to reserve their vacation on the moon in advance, but it's going to cost you a pretty penny. Let's keep reading and find out how it all goes down, what it costs, and who's behind all of this. It's kind of, I wish I thought of this because it seems like an awesome way to scam billionaires, but it's just selling hotel stays on the moon sometime in the future. Why stop at a hotel on the moon? I'll sell you Super Bowl tickets on Mars for $500,000. My article here says it's been 53 years since humans last set foot on the moon, with another cruise set to launch in early 2026. While space colonization is still widely considered a science fiction pipe dream, we have here one California company. They're getting ahead of the game in the hopes of being the first to make a profit. They're called Galactic Resource Utilization Space, also known as GRU. This is a startup tech company that hopes to build habitable dwellings on the surface of the moon. Hopes to build? You're already selling hotel rooms on the moon. You hope to build? I mean, if I'm giving you $1 million for a hotel room on the moon at some point, I want more than just hopes and dreams here. I want to see some, concrete evidence that you're serious about building a hotel on the moon. Because I don't think you can do it. I just don't think that's going to happen. But they say that they got a multi-phase plan, including testing inflatable structures. Oh, an inflatable structure. Do you want to spend $1 million and stay in an inflatable hotel on the moon in 2030 something? Inflatable structure. Spend all that money just to get blown off the moon. But just next thing you know, you're just tumbling in deep space because you paid for a hotel room in what basically is a bouncy castle on the moon. What dumb people are handing over $1 million for this? I'd love to know. Because, if you just got too much money, you don't know what to do with it. I could tell you, you could be a patron of the arts, next level patron. Don't you want to get into heaven? Why waste it on a fictional hotel on the moon? That doesn't sound safe anyways because it's going to be inflatable. There's just so many foolish people out there. Okay, back to the plan. They got they're testing inflatable structures. But not now. They're testing inflatable structures in 2031. They're not even testing inflatable structures now. They're all behaving as though they can't even acquire inflatable structures. Bro, you can get inflatable structures right now. Have you heard of air mattresses? Yeah, start there and start testing them. Although people are already taking your money and they don't even know what they're going to do with it. It says they eventually will start making, quote, hotels by 2032. Yeah, okay, you're going to test inflatable structures in 2031, and then the next year you're already making hotels? It says, according to their plan, these hotels would be built on Earth and then delivered by a heavy moonlander and would be suitable to house up to 4 people of multi-day stays. Here's a quote from their website. Oh, I can't wait to go to their website and just see all that legitimacy. It says on the website, designed to operate for 10 years, our hotel offers views of the lunar our hotel offers. You just said earlier that you hope to start testing inflatable structures, and now you're like, we know what the hotel view is going to be. The hotel offers views of the lunar landscape and Earth, along with envisioned experiences such as surface experiences, including moonwalks, driving, golfing, and other activities. Okay, we're going to offer driving and golfing, and we're going to have an in-ground pool on the moon. These are our hopes and dreams. Some moon surface experiences such as suffocation and getting lost in space, never to be seen again. But hey, it's only $1 million, right? That's all. I mean, this is kind of like what's behind those sad submarine billionaires that exploded. It's stuff like this. Yeah, people just get scammed. Sure. Buy a ticket for $1 million on this safe adventure. I promise you. Our whole operation runs on a Xbox controller. I just went to their sophisticated website that they have here. It's the first hotel on the moon. Take part in humanity's journey to the next frontier. I like that you call it humanity's journey, as if the rich morons that decide to do this have anything to do with the rest of humanity. No, they're living in their own world here. You can apply for early access to the first lunar hotel. You got to apply. Oh, I guess if you just don't hand over $1 million, they're gonna be very selective. The GRU people are very selective. No, we're not just gonna let anybody get scammed. We're gonna be selective here. Okay, it says you are applying to be among the first people to reserve a spot at the world's first hotel on the moon. Take the opportunity to become part of humanity's new interplanetary chapter. Click on reserve a spot. Ooh, how do I reserve a spot? Claim your place in history. Oh. Complete these initial questions and pay the non-refundable app fee when prompted, and we'll contact you to complete the full app. Okay, let me click on this. Let's see what the questions are on here. Oh, you have to pay Galactic Resources Utilization Space $1,000 as an application fee. By the way, it's non-refundable. Oh, I can't get past the application fee. I wanted to see what questions they ask you. Are you alive? Do you have millions of dollars? Are you pretty stupid? Okay, we want you. They have a merch page on their website, too. You can buy T-shirts and mugs, and something called a GRU moon brick for $1,000. Is this a legitimate brick from the moon? Looks like a bar of soap. I mean, just endless scams going on here. How do people get away with this? Did we learn anything from the Fry Festival? They did, multiple documentaries about that, and now you can still go out there and scam people? I don't get it. Why isn't there a task force preventing this sort of activity? Well, those morons that are interested in being one of the first humans to vacation on the moon will have to be rich enough to reserve their spot. GRU is taking minimal deposits of $250,000 up to $1 million, depending on which experience they choose, while full pricing has yet to be decided on. GRU says it could exceed $10 million. Wow, so actually not for $1 million. It's going to cost you $10 million to stay on the moon. Does the $10 million also include legit bona fide astronaut training? Because, if you're going to walk on the moon and go to the moon and inhabit the moon in any way, I would assume you need some crucial training. Oh, look at this, a photo. I scrolled down, there's a photo. It's a rendering of concept art for one of GRU's lunar hotels. Yeah, it looks way too normal, man. This isn't gonna happen. So sorry to tell you. Eventually, GRU hopes to create larger module inflatable structures from, quote, lunar material that will attach together to form 10-person abodes. All right, it doesn't indicate whether or not it comes in with parking. And what's the pool situation? What's your policy on asteroid strikes? Do you offer a full refund if my hotel room is collapsed by an incoming asteroid and my whole family and I are killed? And what happens if I travel all the way up to the Moon Hotel and find out that my room has been double booked? What are we going to do about that, huh, GRU? These are the questions I have about staying in a hotel on the moon. Before I exit this segment, I would just like to offer any listener, you can stay in my podcast closet for a night for $1,000. I'm just going to put it out there. If you could sleep in my closet for $1,000, I'll even cook you breakfast in the morning, like a B&B, a bed and breakfast. Just drop me an email, funnyjones@gmail.com. I don't even have an application process, all right? We'll just have a conversation, and I'll figure it out. If you sound like you're not going to murder me, you come and stay in my closet for a night. It's going to be a hell of a lot better of an experience than dying inside an inflatable lunar hotel module. Did I say that right? Scientists say that smelling your own farts could prevent your brain from Alzheimer's. It's the sound of science. Boop, 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 science. That's right, everyone. New research suggests that exposure to farts might improve brain function and reduce cognitive decline. Yeah, sure. I tried to convince my ex-girlfriend this, wouldn't listen to me as I enclosed her in my Dutch oven. Come on, hun, farts are healthy for you. No, apparently, seriously, this is serious. It's serious science, guys. We're talking about farts here, all right? It's no joke. These findings are based on real laboratory tests and real research. Someone's got a budget. It's science like this that makes me go, you know what? Cutting the science budget, maybe that was a good idea. Because what are we doing? These findings are based on laboratory tests in mice and may eventually open new doors in the treatment of age-related neurodegenerative conditions. Wow, I totally said neurodegenerative conditions without messing up on the first try. Isn't that incredible? Hold on while I pat myself on the back. Way to go, buddy. You can tell somebody's been smelling their own farts. My brain is just firing. Back to the study, it says the idea of sniffing your own farts sounds more like a joke than science, they know. These results, though, point to a serious link between hydrogen sulfide and brain cell health. Now, according to the study, hydrogen sulfide, the same gas responsible for the smell of farts, could help regulate the processes that lead to cognitive decline. The data firmly link aging, neurodegeneration, see, I couldn't do it the second time, and cell signaling using hydrogen sulfide and other gaseous molecules within the cell, according to Dr. Bindu Paul, associate professor and co-author of the study. Whew, that was a mouthful. We got it out, though. I'm not sure that was all important. I don't know about you, but I check out like halfway through sentences like that usually. These researchers worked, I want to know how they did it. They worked with genetically modified mice that were engineered to mimic symptoms of human Alzheimer's disease. Wow, they engineered mice to have Alzheimer's? That's crazy. These mice were injected with NAGYY, a compound designed to slowly release hydrogen sulfide throughout the body. Oh, man, it sounds like a fart injection. Wow, they somehow managed to inject a fart. I don't know you could do that. I mean, it sounds like science fiction, right? Like something that a scientist pulled out of his ass. Come on, guys, pulled out of his ass? Like, am I not doing a great job right now with this story? Okay, back to how scientists discovered they could fart into a syringe. Professor, what are you doing? What? I'm trying to protect my brain from all of the neurodegenerative diseases out there. Now, just to inject this fart into my... Oh, the agony! But it's for science. It's worth it. Okay, back to the study. These mice, we have these mice that were injected with fart juice. Poor mice. After 12 weeks, the treated mice were tested for changes in memory and movement. The results were apparently very striking. The mice showed a 50% improvement in both memory and motor function. Oh, wow. I wonder how they tested the mice's memory, huh? Did they ask them to recite the lyrics to Every Rose Has Its Thorn? We both lie silently still in the dead of the night. That was a pretty spot on Brett, what's his name? Brett Michaels? Brett, was it? No, that was a wrestler. Oh, no, Shawn Michaels was the wrestler. Brett Michaels, I think, is the singer. Oh, I'm having cognitive decline. Time to fart in the closet. For my health. All right, I got to wrap this up. I'm getting really silly with it. The core of the study focused on how introducing farts, a.k.a. hydrogen sulfide, might actually reverse Alzheimer's symptoms. According to the research team, quote, the results showed that the behavioral outcomes of Alzheimer's disease could be reversed by introducing hydrogen sulfide, a.k.a. farts. Well, all right. I mean, they say this is true, but I'm not sure if I believe this, because if true, I should be a Stephen Hawking by now.
Oh, such a clutch off-season pickup, Dave.
I was worried we'd bring back the same team.
I meant those blackout motorized shades.
Blinds.com made it crazy affordable to replace our old blinds.
Hard to install?
No, it's easy. I installed these and then got some for my mom. She talked to a design consultant for free and scheduled a professional measure and install.
Hall of Fame son.
They're the #1 online retailer of custom window coverings in the world.
Blinds.com is the GOAT.
Visit Blinds.com now for up to 50% off with minimum purchase plus a free professional measure. Rules and restrictions apply.
A woman was arrested with a bag of drugs that was labeled, quote, definitely not a bag full of drugs. All right, I thought I would go with a grimier story after I did that very, very intellectual story about scientific research that's been going on. This story is out of Minnesota. Prior Lake has a woman who was arrested with a bag of drugs labeled, quote, definitely not a bag full of drugs. This reminds me of a story I did out of Florida a couple of years ago. I think a woman had a very similar situation. Let's get the details here about 48-year-old Prior Lake woman. They're not naming her because I guess they don't want to shame her for being so dumb. This occurred after suspicion of drunken driving. Police pulled a woman over on Eagle Creek Avenue. They asked if she'd been drinking. She responded with, quote, a lot. This woman's super honest. Have you been drinking? A lot. Do you have drugs? Yes, in that bag over there that says definitely a bag full of drugs. The woman added she took a Jaeger bomb just before driving. She had been drinking Jameson and Red Bulls. She took a Jaeger bomb just before getting behind the wheel. She admitted, hey, lady, say less. Say less. This, some people wear their heart on their sleeve, like this woman. A breathalyzer test came back with a blood alcohol content of 0.195, which is more than twice the legal limit in Minnesota. The police arrested this unnamed woman, and as they did so, she told them, quote, prepare yourself. You're going to find a bunch of SHIT in my car. This lady is just a gem of a human being. Oh, God. Were you drinking? Oh, I certainly was. In fact, I took a Jaeger bomb before getting behind the wheel. And by the way, you're going to search my car. Just warning you, you're going to find a lot of fun stuff. Officers did. They found a brown bag with writing on it. It read, definitely not a bag full of drugs. Wink, wink. Now, inside of the bag of not drugs was found drugs, marijuana brownie, 14 individual psychedelic mushrooms, more marijuana, cocaine, 3 pills of modafinil, commonly sold under the brand name Provigil, a pill of the antidepressant Nardil, and a pill of oxycodone. So she had what's called a variety pack. It's good for music festivals, gender reveal parties, and Thanksgiving. Of course, prosecutors charged the woman with 4 misdemeanor counts of drug possession and 1 misdemeanor count of drunken driving. Poor lady. This just wasn't smart. Everybody knows it's best to keep your drugs in a bag labeled Epstein files. The authorities won't find it if you put Epstein files on it. Or stick them in a bag labeled, hey, look, over there, it's Timmy Chalamet. And that'll distract them for a bit. Now it says here this woman was charged with felony possession of psychedelic mushrooms for having more than 10 doses and faces a $100,000 fine and 15 years in prison for some psychedelic mushrooms. Are you kidding me? If you told me she was doing time for the cocaine, I'd be like, all right. So psychedelic mushrooms, 15 years? What is this? You shouldn't be doing double-digit jail time for a substance that is, pretty much decriminalized in a bunch of states in the country. So backwards ass. I feel for this lady, truly, she shouldn't be drunk driving. Great, got it. That's your first mistake. I don't condone that. But, she's got a small bag of goodies in there. You're going to throw her in prison for 15 years, huh? Oh, taxpayer dollars being put to usefulness. Wow, unbelievable. This kind of stuff makes me boil inside, I gotta be honest with you. But look on the bright side, it's in Minnesota, it's probably safer in jail right now than out on the streets where you could be shot in the face by a dude with a micro penis. Yo, what up, playa? How you doing, huh? Starting off your week on the right foot, I hope. This is Jonesy, the host of Weird AF News, and I want to thank you for spending time with my episode today, friendo. Appreciate it. Hope you had a great weekend. I had an amazing weekend because the Patriots won their playoff game, and now we're moving on to the AFC Championship game. I couldn't be more thrilled. Oh, my goodness. It just really put me on cloud 9, I have to tell you. Isn't it weird how sports controls one's mood to a high degree? Some of us. Others, it's farts. Now, I want to thank everybody who reached out to me over the weekend to say hello. You can always email me, funnyjones@gmail.com, and I have an Instagram account @funnyjones as well. Later this week, I'll be traveling. Just letting you know, I may run into a situation where I miss a day of the podcast this week. It may happen. I'm going to try to prepare. Pre-prepare? Is that a word? I'm going to try and prepare for that so that I can have coverage, but it may occur. Just giving you I don't want you to be surprised anyways. I know a lot of you rely on this as a daily source of news for your mental health. So I want to make sure you get your medicine. So I'll do the best that I can. Yeah, I got a wedding to go to, so that's why I'm going to be traveling out of the country, and very excited to do so, as you can imagine. Okay, before I go, I would like to offer my website, weirdafnews.com. That's a place you can go to support the show by buying me a coffee or joining the Patreon. Very cool. Consider joining the Patreon. It's a great way to spend your spare time, just kind of indulging in the extra weird AF content that I provide on the Patreon. It's pretty cool. Got bonus episodes in there. I always post my songs in there, clips of my stand-up comedy. I'm putting in like 2-3 posts a week in there. There's over 1,000 pieces of extra weird content for you available in the Patreon. Go to patreon.com/weirdafnews. Check that out. And as we say in the closet, good luck with your life, man.